Hey, what's up everyone? Kobanemon456 here today, presenting to you all a very special yet different video, as this is not a playthrough or a weekly series installment. This is just a video that I wanted to do to where I kind of give you all my opinions, kind of discuss different things that are going on in the gaming world, and I've been wanting to do this kind of stuff for quite a while, but didn't really know how to present it. So I decided, let me just get something up today. I'll do a more simple approach, but who knows, if you all do like this and, show support down below with likes and comments and all that stuff, maybe I'll make this a more higher quality series, like how my top 5s are, or, maybe have face cam or something like that in the future. But anyway, yeah, for this video, I'm just going to be talking about Sonic's 25th anniversary, because I haven't really been uploading too many news updates about what's been going on, what we know so far. So I guess I'll just give a brief summary of what we do know so far, and then just give you all my thoughts on what I think we'll be seeing and what I would like to see, and then at the same time what I wouldn't like to see. So first off, what we know is about a week ago, no meme intended there, about a week ago, Sega changed a lot of their stuff on Twitter. The Twitter is run by Aaron Weber. He is just absolutely meme-tastic, and love what Sega's doing with their social media. But basically a week ago they decided to switch up all their Sonic Boom artwork and all that, and now they've shown us this new gorgeous artwork showing off modern Sonic, classic Sonic, who they're now calling Pixel Sonic for some reason. I have no idea why that's the case. And then Sonic Boom Sonic running side by side in front of a 16-bit Green Hill Zone and a Generations format of Green Hill Zone. And yeah, basically the caption for the picture was, "In celebration of Sonic's 25th anniversary, we've uploaded a new profile pic and header. Goodbye, Scarf." So kind of a low-key diss to Sonic Boom, but at the same time they did actually have Sonic Boom in the artwork, so that was pretty interesting. But also the logo now, as you can see, is definitely very classic inspired. We even have classic Sonic, like the original Sonic 1 Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog in Japan. We have that artwork now in like HD with a little ring around it, and it looks really snazzy. So it's definitely a huge hint to that we're going to be getting something classic Sonic related, and a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be another Generations or maybe something similar to that. Not really sure, but basically that's all we know so far, besides how Crush 40 may have some involvement in the next game, to where they may actually be making some new songs for the Sonic 25th anniversary game, and then they're going to be having basically a tour later this year. We also know about the Nippon Sonic shoes, which look pretty awesome. I'm going to be copping those very soon, and just other little things that are going on, like merchandise and whatnot. So yeah, not too much. Don't have any idea what the game's going to be, and from what we've heard so far today, actually, Aaron Weber said that there's still going to be some time before anything will actually be revealed. So basically, we just need to be patient. We can't be expecting anything too soon, but at the same time, there definitely is something to look forward to with all these teasers that Sega has been kind of leaking out just little by little. But yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and talk about what I think so far, because from what I've been seeing, a lot of people think that it's going to be maybe a Sonic Generations with Sonic Boom Sonic included or whatever, which I think would actually be pretty crazy if they actually did that. I'm not saying that I would be entirely against it, but at the same time, it would be very polarizing, because Sonic Boom is supposed to be its own separate franchise, and considering how much negativity is revolving around the video game, part of the Sonic Boom series, it would kind of be crazy to me if they actually brought that over to like the modern Sonic and classic Sonic gameplay. So me personally, I wouldn't really want to see that, just because I wouldn't want there to be so much controversy. There's so much controversy going on with Sonic already, and it's getting on my last nerves. So I would really love if they just kind of keep those two separate. Don't spread any diseases over to my modern and classic Sonic. And that's what I was actually going to say. I think with the artwork that was revealed, I personally believe it was just an advertisement for what everything that's in store for Sonic's year this year. Because as you all know, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, which was a 3DS exclusive game, was supposed to be coming out sometime November, I believe October or November last year, but they delayed it because they decided, hey, we're gonna actually polish this game and make sure that it's finished, which most people probably didn't give two craps about because they were just like, it's Sonic Boom, no one gives a crap. But I mean, when I heard it, I was like, wait, hold on a second. Sega actually thinking right now to where they're like, let's not just release something and try and juice some money out of people. Let's actually try and make it a quality product and then release it, because, you know, obviously the holiday season is the best season to release a game, especially since it was slated for like a November 18th release, which is just a few days before Black Friday. So it would have been perfect if they actually did that, but then they're saying now it's going to be April, which I don't think is really good sales-wise for them. But, I mean, that's the thing. They don't really need to be thinking about sales right now because Sonic Boom really did not do that well. I don't think it even sold like 200,000 copies like worldwide. If it did, yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. But even still, that's really bad. And, you know, they need to focus more on releasing quality products, getting out of the gutter, because Sonic is very much so live from the gutter right now with his reputation, sadly. Like, everything was going so well, and then next thing you know, Sonic Boom came out, and then there's Sonic again, just sitting in the toilet, just waving at us like, hey dude, I'm still alive! So, yeah, I'm very glad to hear that Sonic Boom Fire and Ice is going to be delayed, or was delayed, and I actually think that game is going to be pretty good. Now, I know some people may be like, what? This is sacrilege! What the heck is wrong with you, Kobe? I'm unsubbing right now. But I actually don't think it's going to be a bad game, because Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal, which sometimes I call Shattered Anus, but yeah, it wasn't that bad of a game gameplay-wise. Now, it wasn't as fast as, say, the Rush games or anything like that, but I felt that there was a pretty good sense of speed, and I liked how all of the characters had a similar playstyle, but they all had their own unique ability that would incline you to actually use them to kind of explore in the game. So it had a very similar vibe to the Sonic, the classic Sonic games, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where, you know, all of the characters have that good sense of speed, Knuckles being the slowest, but, you know, he's able to glide and all that stuff, climb up walls, and then, you know, Tails having the ability to fly and all that. So, I don't know, it just gave me Sonic 3 and Knuckles vibes, but the problem with that game was that you were basically forced to complete it 95%, which was really stupid, because the stages were really big. Like, normally you could clear them in maybe like 2 or 3 minutes or whatever if you just sped through with Sonic, but if you actually wanted to explore, and I say want with a grain of salt because you weren't, it wasn't something that you wanted to do, it was something you were forced to do basically. They were shoving it down your throat, to where you would have to go through these stages for like 20 minutes, and nobody wants to do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is a Sonic game. I want to go through as fast as possible. I don't want to be digging around for stupid coins or whatever just to find out that I'm only going to be getting a dance party with Amy looking stupid. So yeah, it was very annoying, and that was the real problem with Shattered Crystal. Not the gameplay, but the forced replay value. That was just such a huge turnoff that it actually, I never finished that game, and I really don't want to go back and play it, though I still do have some people actually ask me to do it, but after the second world, I was just like, ooh, it's nasty. I did not want to touch it or mess with it anymore. So the thing is, though, with Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, they're actually going to be, you know, removing that forced replay value and focusing more on speed and platforming. So I think because they're resolving that, then it's going to be a pretty good, or at least decent, Sonic game. So I don't really see myself being too negative about Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. It's just, I don't know if it was really wise for them to keep releasing more Sonic Boom games, but at the same time, I guess you have to, you know, give Sega some credit for their, I guess, resilience, because they're releasing something that most people don't want, but it's just like, I don't know. At least they're showing they're not giving up on the franchise entirely. They still want to actually do something, but now they actually want to release it with quality. So that's something that I think I'm actually somewhat looking forward to. I'm hoping that will be really good, especially since it's from Sanzaru Games, and they definitely do take the time to listen to fans and whatnot. So that's what I think the ad was for Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, you know, just kind of, or I'm sorry, the ad was for Sonic's 25th anniversary, just kind of showing that, hey, Sonic Boom is still a thing. Not necessarily going to be in like the next anniversary Sonic game, but, you know, a Sonic Boom game is coming out this year. So, yeah. Now, with the other artwork, like the classic and modern Sonic artwork, I really think they're going to be releasing a Sonic Generations 2. I'm just going to say that right now. I would be really surprised if they released a game that was entirely separate to where, you know, it was like a modern Sonic game and a classic Sonic game. But at the same time, I think about it, I'm like, well, maybe they're just going to release a classic Sonic game entirely. What the heck? Who was calling me? I don't know who that is. Anyway, though, I just thought about it and I was like, what if they're actually going to release like a classic Sonic game? Just that. Because there's so much talk about classic / pixel Sonic that it just makes me think like, well, if they're going to be talking about him so much, like, why are they talking about both Sonics? We haven't really heard that much of modern Sonic. The only thing we see is just that new artwork of him and classic. So I don't know if there's going to be just a classic Sonic game, because another thing, Sega, a while back, a few months ago, when you know, they were just kind of doing a lot of damage control and all that stuff, talking about how they know they've basically betrayed the fans and all that stuff. They focus more on money than anything else. And then they also said that future Sonic games are going to be more similar to how they played in his heyday, basically meaning that it's going to be a lot more similar to the classic Sonic games. So I don't know if that means maybe there is going to be just entirely a 2D classic Sonic game, or maybe we'll get a Generations 2. Whatever it is, I think it's going to actually be really cool, because Generations was obviously a really good game. Though, it seems like people are bandwagoning and now saying that Sonic Generations really wasn't that great of a game, and that's something I'm going to be saving for another discussion later, just the stupidity of the Sonic fan base. But, yeah, that is something that I've been thinking about. What if we're just going to get entirely just a classic Sonic game alone? Not even, you know, a Sonic Generations, just classic Sonic, because it's just, there's just way too much classic being shown off. And it's like, I don't know if they're just trying to welcome him back or whatever, and kind of give him the spotlight more than modern Sonic, or if, you know, they're actually hinting at just a classic Sonic game. But, you know, would love to hear what you all have to say. Would you all like to see just a standalone classic Sonic game, or would you all like to see, you know, a Sonic Generations 2 or something? Because I think that would actually be really awesome as well. You know, one thing about Generations that I didn't really like was that the stage variety was a little bit lacking. Like, you know, they definitely pulled from like some of the best stages, and you know, most of the games that you know, they pulled from, but it was like, it was because most of the great stages in these games were city related. Most of the stages in Generations had a city feel to it, so it was just like, you know, I kind of want something with a bit more water or something like that. Not like Seaside Hill. I want something where I actually go underwater. As you all know, I'm a huge fan of Hydro City Zone. And then, you know, I would have liked to have seen something that was like more space related too, or something like, you know, Asteroid Coaster, maybe like Crazy Gadget or something like that. I don't know, just something different than just the, you know, kind of like city vibe that, you know, Generations gives off. But yeah, I would love to see more stage variety, them to pull from, you know, other stages that, you know, weren't actually shown off in the original Generations. But another thing I was thinking that would actually be pretty cool was, what if they actually had it to where like classic and modern Sonic actually teamed up and played together, almost like a Sonic 4 Episode 2, or like Sonic Heroes-esque kind of like gameplay, to where you could switch between the two characters and then it would let you decide how you could play through the stages. So like one thing that's been a huge problem, well, I've seen a lot of people complain about, is how Sonic now seems to have a lot of 2.5D and all that stuff, and not everyone wants to play Sonic in 2.5D with platforming and whatnot, because it's a bit easier to actually judge your jumping and all that stuff than, you know, 3D platforming in the Sonic series. So I think that's what Iizuka has been trying to focus with. You know, that was one thing about Sonic Colors, because he was basically saying about 80% of the platforming sections in Sonic Colors were going to be 2D, because, you know, most fans who like platforming prefer the 2D classic Sonic games and wanted that. And it's like, basically all the fans complain about, you know, like, oh, we have so much 2D now, too much 2D, the camera just pisses me off now when it switches to 2D. And it's like, bruh, so many people asked for 2D back then. That's why we got it in Sonic Unleashed. That's why they were marketing, hey, we have 2.5D sections and 3D at the same time. And people were like, whoa, we love Sonic. But now it's like everyone hates it because, oh, I want my 3D adventure, Sonic Adventure-like gameplay again. So it's just, the fans can never decide. But I think it would be actually really cool if, say, okay, you could play through a stage, you could switch between the two characters, and when you switch between the characters, it would change the camera perspective based on which character you would play. So like, if you were playing with modern Sonic, it would be 3D, and then if you're like, you know, I kind of don't like playing 3D right now, or I'd rather just prefer to play all 2D, you could switch to classic Sonic, and then the camera would pan, and then it'd be 2D or whatever. And basically, you know, the stages would have to fit both ways. Like, they would have to be able to work in 2D and 3D. But I think that would be so awesome to kind of have that option. And I think it would actually make the level design really creative, because you think about it, it's like, well, look, you know, you're playing 2D or whatever, you have this one pathway or these pathways or whatever. But then if you switch to 3D, it's like you have even more pathways that you couldn't see because you were playing in 2D or whatever. So it just kind of, you know, adds more emphasis on, you know, wanting to replay through the stages, adding more replay value, but at the same time, not really forcing a certain, you know, style of gameplay onto, you know, whoever's playing. And that's something that I think would be really, really cool. That's just something that I thought up in my head. So, you know, Sega, if you want to take that, you know, just kind of give me a little 10% cut if you do take that idea and put it in the next generations. Because, you know, let me know in the comments below what you all would think. I think I would actually be a pretty good designer for Sonic games. I think I would actually do really well. Because I haven't heard anyone else come up with that idea. But I think giving players the option would be great, considering how indecisive the Sonic fanbase is. So it's so hard to please people, might as well just let them decide. And yeah, I don't know, that's just something I randomly thought of. I really don't think that's gonna happen, but I think that would be so legit if they actually did do something like that. But yeah, so anyway though, I think we're gonna get a Sonic Generations 2. How it's going to be, not sure, but that's just something that I thought up in my wildest dreams. And I think that would be so awesome. Or what if, yo, I just thought of something. What if they had it to where they even had a stage builder for like Sonic? They had like it was like Super Sonic Maker or something like that. That would actually be so cool too. If you, wow. Wow. Yo, that would be amazing. I'd actually be super happy and hype if they actually did make a game that was similar to like Super Mario Maker. And you know, I don't even care if they rip it off entirely. That doesn't even matter to me anymore, because if you think about it, Sonic is technically just Mario's competitor anyway. That's what he was released for. So I'm not gonna even get on like all upset like, oh, he's copied Mario, wow. Like how some of these fans are. But wow, I just thought of that, like a Sonic stage builder. That would be so awesome. But anyway, yeah, that's just a little bit of my rambling. Very excited to hear though if Crush 40 is actually going to be making any music, because they didn't really do too much for Generations. So yeah, that was definitely a letdown. It's been forever since we found a new Crush 40 song. I think the last game was Sonic and the Black Knight, and those were actually some of my favorite Crush 40 songs, like Live to Fight the Night, and then Night of the Wind, Live Life, and then With Me, the Crush 40 version, and then even, you know, the female vocalist. But still, it was just, that game had so many Crush 40 songs that's why Black Knight is actually one of my favorite soundtracks in the series. So hopefully they have something super BA like the music in that game, and you know, they don't have it all fruity or whatever like Sonic Colors ending song, "Don't follow hearts, speak with your heart." Whatever that song was. God, oh my lord, freaking Cash, dude. It was like he reached so many volumes that it was just like rainbow filled and just woo. It was like too happy and cheery for me that it just made me like, ugh, I don't like this. But you know, yeah, definitely hope that we get some Crush 40. And if they have a Crush 40 concert somewhere in the US, you can definitely bet I'm gonna be there. I'm so excited for that. And yeah, they'll be super hype. But let me know down below what you all would like to see for Sonic's 25th anniversary. If you would like a Generations 2, would you like a game with Sonic Boom Sonic, or Modern Sonic, and Classic Sonic, all three of them together, the Sonic Trilogy or the Sonic Trinity or whatever, and or you know, if you just want a standalone Classic Sonic game, because like I said, I feel like that could be something that they're hinting at. Just maybe they're gonna release a Classic Sonic game alone, or maybe they're gonna release two games, one for Modern Sonic, one for Classic Sonic. I mean, if they did that, Jesus Christ, you know how many games that would be? Think about that for a second. It would be Sonic Boom Fire and Ice for 3DS, then it would be the Mario and Sonic Olympic games, two of those, one on Wii U, one on 3DS, so that's 3 games right there, and then we're going to be getting this anniversary game. So we're getting at least 4 games, and I bet you they're going to be releasing another game for the 3DS with the anniversary title. So that's going to be like 5 games probably. That's crazy. Do you know how much money that is? Sega, why are you trying to... They're trying to make up for not having a console. That's what they're trying to do. They're like, hey, we can't release a Dreamcast 2.0 right now, so let's just release as many Sonic games as possible. So we're basically making them pay enough for a PS4 or whatever. And they're like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I a Sonic fan? I don't even know, but I think that's crazy to think about. But yeah, let me know down below what you all think, and then also let me know if you all like this little discussion video, if you would like to see more stuff like this in the future on the channel, because I would love to do stuff like this. Maybe for the next video I'll talk about the Sonic fan base, because oh man, yo, I'm about to light some booty holes with a cigarette lighter. It's about to go in if I actually do make a video about that. It's gonna be pretty fun. So if you want a little drama, a little controversy or whatever, let me know if you would like to see me make a video on the Sonic fan base, or if I should you know, just do something else in the gaming world or whatever. Give me some suggestions down below. But anyway, thanks again for watching. See you all. Have a good day. Peace, Republic of Cobanomites, and take care.